Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. How you are doing today, overcomers? I hope you all are doing wonderfully well. So welcome again to another episode of Ask Ebi. So folks, today our first caller, his name is Mr. Ahmad and he's all the way in Accra, Ghana. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, is that Mr. Ahmad?
Yes, this is Hamad Osei from Accra, Ghana. Am I speaking with Miss Ambek?
Yes, of course. This is Miss Ambek. How are you?
I'm very fine, madam.
Thank you so much for
It's a pleasure
calling.
speaking with you.
Of course, thank you. The pleasure is all mine. How is everything going on in Accra?
Yes, everything is going on fine, except for some little economic hardship, you know.
Oh my God, I
But,
can imagine.
Yes, but everything is fine actually, and I'm very pleased to tell you that your show is
Yes.
beginning to get popular in Accra, Ghana.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you. Oh my
Yes,
God.
I was introduced by a friend. I was
Okay.
introduced to your show by a friend
Yes.
who told me she benefited a lot from your counseling.
Oh my God, I'm so honored. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh,
And that was why I said, okay, it would be an opportunity for me to call so as to also gain from your wealth of experience in terms of counseling
oh,
due
thank
to
you.
a kind of little problem I'm encountering in my workplace.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. So please tell me, what would you want me to help you with today, my dear?
Yeah, Miss Ambek, you see, I work in Ghana and I work in a federal parastatal,
Okay.
a federal ministry or a federal agency, yeah. And in my workplace, I shared the office with somebody who is my
Okay.
senior.
Okay.
So since I was posted there, that person has been my very close friend,
Oh,
irrespective of the fact that he is senior to me in the job.
yeah. Okay.
And lately, I discovered that that person has been going to tell my boss all sort of wrong things about me, which are absolutely not true.
Oh my God. Okay.
I'm afraid to confront him. The
Yes.
things he said, they are very true because I was told by the secretary who I'm very close to
Okay.
and who probably overheard him when he was telling my boss. But I don't really know how to confront him so as not to offend him. I don't really know how to put it to him. And I don't really know how to relate with him right now since I have now known that this is what he's doing behind my back. So I really need advice on how to deal with such an individual
Of
without
course.
actually, breaking the relationship I have with him and without actually bringing about enmity in the workplace.
Exactly. Oh. Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmad, for that question. I'm so sorry to hear that you are going through all this. So but thank you for coming forward, because what you just said is, even if people don't want to recognize it, is a commonality. It's things that happen nearly in every workplace. So
Yes.
yes, so I think it's something, that question is really well founded, so thank you so much. Well, so let's dig into it. So you just mentioned that this person, he's kind of your boss too, right? Like when it comes to
Yes.
when it comes to seniority at the workplace.
yes. The
Yes.
hierarchy.
Yes, the hierarchy. So he's of a higher rank than you. And then, but even with that, this person has become your friend, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then you even shared.
Considering the fact that we share the same office together, so he's my
Exactly.
closest person there.
Exactly. And so you even share the same office space together and all that. So it's kind
Yes.
of a little bit complicated, but there's still ways we can navigate it, okay? So, first of all, we are not going to look into how come you had to make this person a friend, because usually at a workplace it's quite difficult to actually get true friends from your work environment, especially if you are a more competent worker, if you are somebody that knows the job. Other people will be threatened by your position, and this may even be what is happening between you and this colleague. I'm not saying
Yes,
for sure,
exactly.
I'm not saying for sure that is it, but there is a possibility that that is exactly what is happening, because people get jealous, people feel threatened, okay, when they have somebody who is more competent than them, who knows the job, okay, and who is even well favored before their boss. They feel jealous and they can look for any means to jeopardize that relationship you are having there or your
Yes.
work. So this particular colleague of yours, I think that is what is going on. I think because he sees a kind of competition with his own position. So that may be a reason why he's going to your boss to talk, to badmouth you, okay? To badmouth you to your boss, to tell your boss all sort of things about you, just to blackmail you before him. I think there's some element of jealousy there. There's some element of fear, that.
That's it. That's it.
Yes, that low self-esteem. Like this guy, I've been here before this guy came, and then this guy is just coming to take the space. He's just taking all over the space with his power, because he knows how to do the job. Everybody likes him, because you just mentioned that you are even close friend with the secretary. That is, they'd like you there from
Yes.
what I'm hearing, okay? So, but this person isn't comfortable with your position in that place, in that establishment, okay? So sometimes
Yes.
enemies, they can come in the like covering to be a friend, pretending to be a friend. So you see, maybe you are opening your mind. Oh, okay, of course it's normal, you share the same office space with this person, you close, and you think he's your closest ally because you are in the same space. And then you tend to lose, just lose your guard, and then you start telling him your own personal stuff, even apart from professional life. And you don't know this person is an enemy, they are just befriending you so they can get a lot of information from you, and then they can later use it against you. So it's something we have to be very aware of in any work environment. It's really difficult to get an actual friend, somebody you can say, this is my friend, okay? So, but now that we already know that this has happened, what do we do now? So you see this kind of
Yes.
person, the question I will ask you, do you, because now you are already in a space, in a space that is there is toxicity in that space already. You are no longer
Yes.
comfortable, correct? Uh-huh. You are no longer
Yes.
comfortable befriending this person and feeling free with this person anymore. Of course.
And I'm no longer free to talk with him like I used to.
Of course, nobody will be free to talk to that kind of person, because you are already seeing an enemy. You are no longer seeing an ally. You are no longer seeing a friend, a good colleague that was relatable. Right now, you are seeing an enemy, because this person is backstabbing you, and this is a professional environment that he's trying to jeopardize your work. So of course, he's no longer a friend. So
Yes.
but then we have to be very cautious about how we go about this, okay? Because this same
Mm.
person, because he has a higher rank than yourself, he has that availability, that possibility to reach to your boss and discuss with him. So now you have to be careful, when dealing with this kind of person. Okay, so but I'm going to
Okay.
ask you, Mr. Ahmad, what do you think, for example, if you decide to confront this person, maybe outside the workplace, because you said both of you are friends, right? Even outside the workplace,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. So what about you want to have a cordial discussion, with him, a civilized discussion with him? What do you think will be the outcome, knowing the kind of person he is?
Um. Now, I've thought about confronting him,
Okay.
but my fear is that I do not know how desperate he is.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And secondly, I'll be, I'll be putting the secretary in a kind of tight space, considering that when
Okay.
that discussion was being made,
Okay.
I wasn't there.
Okay. It was the secretary who told you. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
And actually, she told me confidentially,
Okay.
you know,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. That's a very difficult position. So in that case, you are very right. Because if you decide to confront him, where are you going to say you heard the information from? So actually, you'll be
Okay.
compromising the secretary's position too. So
Yes.
yeah. So I think the best way we can go about it without you disclosing that you already have those information, that you already know what he's up to, is to try to adjust your friendship, like changing it. You know what I mean? So, because
Okay.
sometimes, even if it's difficult, it is better to know and then be protected. It is better to know and put in precautionary measures than not to know at
Okay.
all until you just go in blindfolded.
You.
You understand? You don't have a clue about it until something bad happens, right? Aha. So, but before we finalize this, I wanted to ask you also, since that time he went to speak to your boss, did your boss call you? Did he draw your attention to any of those reports?
No, my boss did not mention anything like that to me,
Okay.
even up till now.
Okay. Has his behavior changed towards you in any way or form?
No, no.
Okay. And
The
this.
truth is that there was
Okay.
a seminar we did. There was a seminar we did where I was the presenter.
Okay.
And after, yes, I was the presenter at the seminar and I delivered some papers, you
Okay.
know,
Okay.
and my boss actually made some kind of positive response about
Your work.
my activities that day, my work that day.
Good.
He said, he's very proud of me. He said so many good things about me.
Good.
And that guy was at the seminar. This my
Okay.
colleague was at the seminar.
Okay.
I feel like you said, I think you rightly said it is out of jealousy.
Yes. Yes. It is
It's
out
out of
of
jealousy.
jealousy.
And I'm really concerned about how desperate he is.
Yes. Yes. So thank goodness your boss has not said anything about it. And you'll be so surprised sometimes. Even bosses, they have an ear to the ground. They know who is good, they know who is competent, and they know when jealousy is coming from somewhere. So they watch too, they have eyes. So after he went to badmouth you and all that, your boss, like you just mentioned, he still commended your efforts and everything you did that day. So there's no cause for alarm from what I say. So but what I think, what
Okay?
yes, so what I think, you should put into practice going forward is this person, every personal issue you used to discuss with him, try to limit it, draw back on it.
Okay?
Yes, so try to change that relationship from friendship to being strictly colleagues. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, to being strictly colleagues on a professional level. So if you usually, maybe after work, you usually stop by and just, stay in a place where you chat and laugh and talk about your personal issues, you can also come up with excuses and say, no, I have an appointment, I'm running somewhere and all that. Okay, try to put him in his
Yeah.
own lane. This kind of people, you avoid them, you stop talking to them concerning personal issues, you speak to them when it has to do with job, your work. Okay, and then you chat with them anything concerning job. If there's anything you need to do, make sure you don't discuss it with them. If you have any ideas that you
Okay.
think is going to help you forward, don't discuss or disclose those ideas with him. And then if you have any
Okay.
file that is compromising, you know what I mean, like, okay, they gave you this file to work on it in your office and you need to submit it for something very important to your boss or whatever, you make sure he does not have access to it so that he does not compromise those documents. So anything,
Okay.
yes, so anything you think he will have access to that could cause you problem, you try to avoid it. But this person, you are not quarreling with him, you are just not being in the friend
No.
zone with him anymore. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to suggest, that you put him afar.
Okay.
Yes, even while being in the same office, you try to put him afar. Avoid discussing personal issues with him or anything that you know, okay, this is what the boss asked me
Thank
to
you
do.
very much.
Yes. So if it's not anything that both of you need to do together concerning work, there's no need to disclose it to him. Okay?
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then and then just understanding how wicked this world is right now. People can be so callous, people can be so evil. Just be careful around this person. Okay, just be careful.
Okay.
Whatever thing you do, I will even go as far as, you know daring to tell you that if you have water in your fridge in the office, you have food, just be careful, because you cannot underestimate what a jealous person, you know what I mean, what a competitive person can do
Yeah.
to hurt
Yeah.
someone. Okay, you cannot underestimate it or overlook it. So just be cautious, and then there's no need to quarrel. We are not quarreling. It's a civilized environment. We are still colleagues, but we are not just friends. And then you try to just, you know let go. Okay, try to remove that attachment between both of you, and then strictly work. Yeah, strictly work. or
Yes.
or what do you think?
I have no. That was why I had to call to be
Okay,
counseled.
okay,
I'm
yeah,
I'm I'm listening attentively and I'm following up and I hope
okay,
to implement what you've told me so far.
okay, okay, thank you for that.
As
So,
long as it does not bring a quarreling between both of us. It's
not at
okay.
all, not at all,
Yeah.
there won't be quarrel, because you won't give him that chance to quarrel. Okay,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
because you already know his intention, because you already know he's bad mouthing you, he does not wish you well. So definitely you will know how to play with him, you will know how to chat with him, you will know when he's trying to pick up a quarrel, and you know how to avoid him. You see what I mean? So now he will see that you have changed, that it is no longer business as usual, but he cannot fathom why things are like that. So you are beating him to his
Yeah.
own game. He cannot really pinpoint, what did I do? Or did the boss call him and tell him what I said? Why is he not acting like this? I don't know anything about him to go and badmouth him about now. We used to stop by somewhere and just sit down and, take a glass of juice and talk about things. But right now, this guy is not even up to it. What is happening? And even when he comes to you and say, is everything okay? You say, everything is just fine. I'm just be so busy with my personal stuff. And then he say, oh, what are the personal stuff? Never mind. I'm okay. Are you
Yeah,
okay too? You see what I mean? That is how you discharge such people and break that attachment you have with them.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm going to suggest you do, and I wish it work.
Okay.
I wish you all the best in it, and I hope it works for you, Mr. Ahmed.
I know it will work because from what you said so far,
Yes.
actually, if I actually apply it, I do not see anyhow it will bring quarrel.
Okay,
It's
good.
only that the relationship will now be drastically reduced,
Yes.
and the relationship in the workplace now will now be strictly that of colleagues and no longer close relationship.
Exactly.
I do not see it bringing quarrel anyway. I do
Okay.
not see it
Okay,
bringing
good.
about quarreling.
Okay, good, good. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So I hope
Thank you,
I've
Mr.
been able to help you today.
Yeah, I'm very delighted. I'm very delighted.
Oh, thank you so much for calling, and
Yeah.
keep in touch, okay? Thank you so much, and I wish you all the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
All right, have
Thank
a
you very
good
much.
one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, bye bye. Bye. Oh my God. That's quite an interesting topic. You know, in every workplace, there's always this Judas that will always pretend to be a friend, but behind you, they want to betray you. They see you as a you know, as competition. You know, not even as a colleague. They want to jeopardize, you know, the your effort and who you are at your workplace. So sometimes we all have to be very cautious. We have to be very careful, you know, when we try to turn our colleagues into friends. So I think that's a good one, you know. And I wish that caller all the best. And hello to everyone watching me in Ghana. God bless you all. Okay, people. I think you enjoyed today's show. And then till I see you again, please be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Stay strong, people, and stay free. Bye bye.